Well, hi there, and welcome to a very special downgraded version of the show because I didn't bring my laptop, but Jake is here
In the flesh. I'm
and
here.
he's got a beard showing how much time has passed.
Right. A couple of months, you know?
I'm here.
Sam's here.
Sam's here.
Always.
Jimmy's here.
Am I?
Are we really here?
Zoe's begging for scraps
Zoe's begging for goldfish.
And getting them.
every time. Let's talk about snowboarding. Are you going to go snowboarding?
No. No, my mom was going to go skiing, and I told her to go snowboarding because when we went skiing/snowboarding together, I broke my arm the first day.
The
And
first day?
Yeah, the first day. It was horrible.
Jake, you had a similar experience.
I don't know about the similar experience in that point. But yes, I broke something the first time I strapped on a snowboard.
What'd you break?
My tibia.
Your tibia.
Yes. It's the lower half
Your tailbone?
tibia. You got the tibia, fibia, and the femur. Is a big bone.
Leg.
Oh,
Broke
your
his
leg?
leg.
You
His
broke your
leg.
leg?
It was a bone in
There's-
his leg.
You
There's-
broke your leg?
There's two bones in the bottom portion of your leg. I decided to break the bigger one.
I broke my arm, my wrist. Actually, I broke my wrist. I broke it in two spots, and I still finished my skiing or my snowboarding lesson. I was still in lessons, and I fell when we were going down the fucking bunny hill, and I hit my wrist, and I was like, "Oh my god, it hurts!" And the instructor was like, do you want to go in? You go to the, whatever the
Medical area.
the medical area, but even just the, like in by the fire, like the cabin
Oh.
or whatever, And I was like, no, I gotta finish my lesson, otherwise my mom's gonna kill me if I don't. And then, 8 to 10 hours later, we finally went to the ER because my hand was so swollen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about what happened to me. Except for when I broke it, I felt like I was going to throw up. So we went back inside. Well, I was gimping back inside. Then eventually I had to go drive my stick shift car back home
Oh, jeez.
With a broken leg.
with a broken
Oh,
leg.
my God.
And I didn't make it very far. I actually made it over to my buddy Dustin's house, which wasn't too far from Frank's house. And I had to stop there to see if I can get some ibuprofen or something.
Yeah, because that was gonna help.
Yeah, it was going to be something.
Wow, you didn't make it very
See,
far at all.
mine, we
No, I
were
didn't.
living in Tennessee, and we went to
Is there
New
anyone that
York.
snowboard? Oh, you went to New York?
Yeah, we went to New York on vacation for the week. And yeah, the first day I broke it, and I remember going to the ER, and my mom was like, I swear to God, if you don't break this is going to be such an expensive bill. And the doctor came in and said, well, it's fractured in two spots. And I was like, yes! I was so excited that I was right, that it was actually broken.
Like you're going to get in trouble if it
I
wasn't.
was going to get in trouble.
Is anyone looking? In the door. I haven't broken anything snowboarding, and I've shredded some gnar, some powder. California, used to go to Big Bear all the time. Shred the gnar.
My mom's living in California now. That's why.
Is it near Big Bear?
I have no idea where it's near.
It would be pretty sweet if it was. Can we stay with her? That
I
place is awesome. Big Bear Mountain, California is dope.
mean,
bro.
Jimmy and I can stay with her. You probably not so much.
Didn't touch.
Oh man, whatever.
Yeah, sorry.
What am I doing? Oh, so I didn't bring my laptop. I don't have no music. I don't have the microphone. This is on my phone, so this might be shitty, but it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
Um,
It may or may
It's all
not
for
be
fun and
posted.
games.
Helen Keller, Deaf and Blind Author. Do you remember that movie that we seen in school?
No.
You guys
No.
never saw the movie with Helen Keller? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Zoe, no.
The name sounds familiar, but
The deaf,
I know who you're talking
the deaf,
about, but I don't
dumb, blind
remember a
girl?
movie.
Jimmy, you didn't see a movie?
I'm not placing it, no.
Oh, God.
Okay, well, if anybody saw it, it would have been Jake because you guys went to school together.
It's not drawing up any memories. You got to be more specific.
She was deaf and blind.
deaf.
And blind.
She couldn't hear shit. She couldn't see shit.
It's actually like a huge joke. Like everybody makes fun of.
We watched a movie
It's
about
pretty bad.
it. In the movie, this one girl was trying to teach her things, and then there was a scene where people were eating food, and Helen Keller, what she would do is she would walk hand in hand around the table while people were eating, and she'd just feel for what the fuck she wanted, and then just take the food right off the people's plates. Like, this was her normal living. This is how she lived out her life. And then the one lady finally got through to her to teach her like sign language and shit. Nothing.
What class would you have watched this in?
Probably English.
I have no idea.
Probably English.
He wasn't in my English class, or the only classes we had together were math and science. All of them.
Well, I'm assuming since you guys went to the same school throughout
We
your
would've watched the
schooling,
same
you
thing.
would have watched the same thing.
Eventually, she learned stuff, and she wrote books and shit. I don't know how the fuck she did that. It'd probably take a while to translate. She did this signing in like people's hands.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was like part of the movie. She
Yeah.
like signed.
Uh-huh. There's other people that have done that too. Where they'll sign in your hand.
Yeah.
If this was in English, I was probably sleeping.
But and I was thinking, so before she learned like words and stuff, she was like dumb as fuck, right? She was basically a caveman.
Wait,
And then
no,
she learned things.
wasn't dumb.
Then she learned things. And I was thinking that like I look back at my younger self and I think, God, I'm so dumb. Like, could you imagine being her and looking back at how you acted? Like, oh my God, I was an
I did
animal.
that so wrong.
Zoe.
I was such an animal. Just fucking.
I'm not recalling that movie.
All right. What about that video with the wind turbine that broke into pieces? Did you see that?
I did see that.
Wasn't
was
that dope?
awesome.
Did you see that, Jimmy?
I did see it.
It's like the guys like. Did you see that? Sam?
I didn't think so.
The guy's got his video camera out the window. There's like a wind turbine like losing its shit. Some horses run by. It's windy as fuck, and then this thing just like shatters. It breaks into like 1,000 pieces. It almost doesn't look real.
Right.
Well, that sucks.
I was watching that as the wind was blowing heavily down in Akron area, and then I woke up the next morning with some shingles off my roof. So I'm hoping by the time the snow hits tomorrow that the landlord put some shingles on there.
It's supposed to snow again. We're not done with this.
Yeah, no, we're not done. Our basement flooded Sunday night.
Oh.
The dog woke me up at like 3 a.m. Monday morning. And I realized the power was out. And it was like, oh shit, the power's out. I need to go check on the basement. And then it was like a battle with myself. Like, should I check on the basement? Even though I know that there's nothing I can do? Or should I just go to sleep because I know that I have to work in the morning?
No, you check on that basement.
And yeah, after like 30 minutes of battling, I finally checked on the basement and it was flooding and I had to deal with that. And then I went upstairs and I was like, I woke Jimmy up and I was like, hey, the basement's flooding. And he's like, okay, do you want me to get up and help you? I'm like, I mean, if you would, that would be great.
Half
If
asleep.
you could.
But he was
You
like,
get
you
me
were
those,
so calm about it. I didn't think it was that bad.
If you just get the fuck up. And help me with the basement.
That'd be great.
That'd be
I
great.
was like, I mean, if you want to get up, I mean, that would be great, but I'm not going to force you to.
Basement
But
flooding is the worst. Had to happen to me too many times.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't bad, but it was worse than he thought it was. He was like, you were so calm, I didn't realize it was this bad. And it still wasn't very bad, but yeah. Oh, that goes down there.
Oh, they're looking at a puzzle. Like, oh, that goes down there. What are they doing?
No, it doesn't do that.
There's a puzzle.
Anyway,
Hey, the other day
Multitasking.
we kind of started a thing, and that's not what I meant to say.
wait a second. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm totally
The last
confused.
episode,
Okay.
Sam started talking about stuff, and she was talking about ghosts and things, and I very rudely dismissed her because
You did so rudely
I am a-
dismiss me.
I am a huge skeptic when it comes to stuff like that. Ghosts, angels, gods. Part of what we see, so like even though like I said that I've seen the ghost of my grandpa, I don't really think I saw it. Like I think I saw it, It
You don't
wasn't.
think it was there?
It wasn't actually there, because there's a study that I read that says part of what we see is actually just memory. See, the eyes use the rods and the cones, but the brain interprets what we see and it edits shit out. We are blind for like 40 minutes every day. If it didn't edit shit out, it would be janky and back and forth. So, at the same time, if you want to see a ghost, you're probably going to see a ghost. If you want to see an alien, you're probably going to see an alien. But, yeah, I just wanted to go
So
back
we're all
over
a little
that.
But
confused.
ghosts are still real.
They're not real.
They are real.
Definitely not real.
You can't prove that.
I don't need to. What do you think, Jake? Jake's on my side. Jimmy,
No, he's not.
There's no proof in either direction.
have you ever seen a ghost or thought you seen a ghost?
Nope.
Did you
Have I
ever
had
want to
ghost
see a ghost?
experiences?
Anything
Yes.
like that? Yeah. And
Yeah,
like-
have you ever met his mother? Come on now.
What?
Your Uncle Bobby, how she talks about him haunting the house all the time?
That's true. She does say it all the time. I don't know if I actually believe
I
that
don't
or
really
not.
believe her. I've never really gotten like that vibe in your parents' house, but the house I grew up in, there was definitely a ghost.
we talked about
My roommate's house in Georgia, there was definitely a ghost.
definitely probably ghosts. So
Definitely.
Jimmy, you don't got no ghost stories that stand out at all?
Yeah. Yeah, actually I do. Went and recorded in high school, the Madison Historical Society. It's up there, right across from the Convenient on the
Okay.
Ridge there.
Okay.
Anyway, we'd go there. We'd have all of our cameras set up, and we were going to get like still frames, with those big freaking cameras from the AV club.
Woo.
They got those giant batteries, and then we had those little fancy digital pictures. They were the new ones at the time. You could get digital pictures off of, so we'd get
Ooh,
a pack
fancy
of
digital.
AA batteries, and we'd leave it in the car. You'd go inside, I'd set up the cameras, and the cameras wouldn't focus the whole time when they were in these rooms. Now you got to think, inside these rooms is just nothing but.
What were you
old-
trying to record?
We were trying to record all of the historical things that we're talking, like old dentist office chairs and equipment from way back in the 1800s. Railroad ties from like the very foundings of
Was this
of
for
Madison.
class?
Yeah, it was for we were trying to make a documentary.
I remember our TV productions teacher's name was Mr. Chu, and he was a robot.
But-
I remember the
yeah,
first
all the cameras inside this place though would not focus the entire time, and the batteries would die as
So
soon as
that-
you went into certain rooms.
so
the
that
batteries
equals
would die.
ghosts?
Just like
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a ghost. It was a creepy experience in a supposedly haunted place. Now the place that I'm talking about is literally, it's been on several ghost hunting TV shows.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was in that place. Ah.
Yeah, like I was in that
And-
place and I've watched it. Like they have all kinds of like evidence of weird, creepy things that happen in there.
The first house we went to look at, the first house we put an offer in on, the master bedroom, we took like 6 pictures of it,
That
and
came out pinkish.
every single picture came out pinkish. It was blurred and it was pinkish, and we could not get a good picture.
So obviously that equals ghost.
Yeah. And I actually ended up working with the guy that lived there, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that house was totally haunted," which confirmed the ghost thought.
I don't know. Like I said, I've had some experiences. I don't know necessarily if I believe that there is ghosts. I mean, I do believe that there is energy constantly flowing. So it's possible that there is energy left over, causing ghost-like figures or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely energy left over.
I
after you
heard there's a
pass.
certain frequency that can be produced naturally by the earth that fucks up like your inner ear or whatever. And
Equilibrium.
it's been proven that in certain spots where they can detect this, people claim to have seen things, but they haven't seen shit.
No, but it is true. I mean, it is true that your brain does edit out, or your eye, your brain edits out quite a bit of stuff.
They
that
do.
Your eyes do.
A lot
Yeah.
of things you see are actually just memory.
Well, the reality is that your brain
You see
can't,
so much more than your brain can actually comprehend.
Or process at the time.
it can't process it all at the same time, so it stores a lot of it away. Like, it's not that you didn't see it. You did see it. It did come through, and your brain did interpret it. You just didn't have enough time to process it. It's like your brain's constantly buffering, and you're only seeing 10, 20, 30% of whatever you're looking at.
Yeah. So obviously I look better than I appear.
That's how
Don't
you
we
want to
all?
take it down. That's your takeaway, sure.
I don't know. It's been scientifically proven that energy cannot be created nor destroyed.
What do you mean?
Hasn't been proven.
Where does it
It
go?
has been
Well, then
proven.
what
Can't
happens
prove
to
a
it?
theory. That's the whole reason why it's still a theory. There's enough evidence to support
There's
it. Yes.
enough evidence to support it. So,
What energy?
how can you die and your energy not live on?
Sure, it goes back into the atmosphere or whatever.
So, is that a ghost? Is that heaven? Is that reincarnation? Where does it go?
Oh,
You don't know, but it's still there. So, all of these are possibilities. And you denying any of them is just ridiculous.
do you know Occam's razor? Do you know Occam razor's theory?
You know, he cuts me off all the time. All the time. I have like a point, and he's just like, psh, whatever.
What was your
It's my
point?
show.
What was your point?
My point is that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So where do you think it goes? If you don't believe in ghosts and you don't believe in heaven and you don't believe in hell, where do you think it goes? You don't believe in reincarnation?
It kind of goes.
It just goes, bah. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Bah.
Yeah.
Back to the earth?
Back to the earth how? Reincarnation?
No, there's a constant flow of energy through everything. There's trees that need to grow. There's plants that need to grow.
That's reincarnation.
It's
And-
not. See, reincarnation, in my opinion, the only thing that separates reincarnation, in my opinion, from what you're talking about is the consciousness of that energy.
Reincarnation is your energy changing form.
But you remembering. If you don't remember, then
That has nothing to do with remembering.
all right.
It's your energy. Just like the
Would
3-year-old
you
or
wanna be-
whatever that
would you-
told the dad about all the parts of the fighter jet or whatever.
Would you want to be reincarnated?
Yeah, sure.
With
Of
like,
course.
with like all your same memories?
No.
If I can just keep living it over and over again.
No,
Like
you-
a Groundhog
you make
Day,
new
but of your life.
memories.
You like your whole fucking life.
No, you make new memories and eventually you forget all those old memories and you have no idea that you're even reincarnated.
That could be fun. I could like really figure stuff out then, right?
No.
By the hundreds would go around, I'm like, I got this figured out.
I'm gonna do this, and then the earth blows out.
This
You're like,
is-
screw it.
This is how I become a wealthy businessman. Anyways, do you know Occam's razor theory?
No.
No.
Yes, I do know.
Oh, what is it?
Razor theory.
What is it?
Shit, I'm gonna have to paraphrase this.
The paraphrase is good.
He doesn't know.
Occam's razor is basically where you come to a point. It's going to be the one that's the most likely. I forget exactly how it's worded.
It's about going with the simpler choice, the one with the least assumptions made.
Right.
The ones
Like
with the
the
least
least
amount of
resistance?
factors. So, according to Occam's razor, there's probably no ghosts and nothing happens when you die because you have to assume too much shit that might happen. So
You
it's
have to
just
assume just as much stuff
not as much.
that nothing happens.
So it's probably nothing happens, right? You go with the one choice besides the maybe reincarnate, right? That's Occam's razor. It's supposed to help cut down like crazy theories.
It's not crazy
that was
theories.
that was my point. That's what I was trying to say.
So is Occam's razor a theory in itself?
Yeah. It's not.
So
not
it's
like
just another theory of another person saying the same exact thing but opposite of everybody else.
It's a way to cut down on like crazy shit, like trying to say 9/11 was an inside job. That's a bunch of terrorists hijacked some plane and crashed, and people want to say, no, that didn't happen. Everyone
It
was
was
in
the
on it.
government.
They
Yeah,
planted
nobody wanted to know him at Pearl
they
Pearl
planted
Harbor
ex-
was an inside job.
they planted
either, right?
explosives in the tower. They're like, no, that didn't happen. There's too many assumptions have to be made. There's too much going on there that it most likely didn't happen. Where are you going?
Nowhere. I'm taking the dog out.
It's when you gotta say, I'll be back.
She's whimpering. I feel like she has to go pee.
Jake, do you have a boss at work?
Not particularly. Depends on
So
situation.
you're saying you're the boss?
I am the boss
You're
at
like-
my building.
You're like, talk to corporate like a boss. Do you know that song? What the fuck's that song?
I'm a boss. By Long Island or the Long Island Boys or something like that. I can't even remember
Put
who
a
they are.
gun in my mouth. Pussy out. Fucking-
You know, put some of the lyrics. What is the name of
He
the?
talks about nonsense these whole shows, but every time somebody has something to say, he's just like, whatever, it's my turn.
Meet a giant fish. Fuck his brains out.
What is the name of the artist, Frank?
The Lonely Island.
Nolan Island. That's what it is. I'm trying to say Long Island. Long Island Boys.
Long Island.
That was close.
What are we trying to do? Oh, like a boss. Fucking, I have a boss at my work, and he walks around the place a lot, and it's weird and awkward to talk to him. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. He's always
Work.
like, "Hey Frank," I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's always walking around the fucking place like smoking and drinking beers, too.
What?
Like after hours, because I work second shift.
Oh,
So this guy's like popping up back and forth. One day I was doing work and he fucking zips by on a scooter, like a razor scooter. Like, what the fuck is happening?
but is the boss the owner?
Yeah.
See, there's
yeah,
the
owner.
difference.
He just does whatever the fuck he wants.
So I have a boss, but he's not the owner.
Like at first I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, is someone smoking in here? You can't smoke in here. And then this guy's just like smoking just whatever he wants. But he wants to play. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's just random. He's always drinking beer. I remember they emptied his dumpster. He's got like this special room he goes to hang out in with his boat and stuff. And then they emptied his garbage and it was just like bottles. The whole thing, it was just clank, 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 clank.
It's the way to go. You're gonna have a business, you might as well live it up.
Fuck yeah. But anyway, sometimes he tries to talk to me and I don't know what to say. Half the time it's like I'm working on a machine and it's just kind of loud and I just can't fucking hear him.
Frank, if that guy is willing to talk to you and engage you in a conversation, that would be the guy you'd want to
I don't know
engage
what
the
to fucking talk.
conversation.
I don't know what to talk about with him.
It doesn't matter.
How's
You
it
just
going?
keep it going.
How's the business? I don't know. Business stuff. Numbers and things. I don't know.
It's how you make friends in high places.
Wait,
I'm not good at that.
Wait. No, that was good.
When it comes to networking, I don't.
Yes, we are kind of aware of your social graces that you do not have.
They had some IRA investment people come in to talk about our future.
Oh God.
They want us to like put a certain percentage in so you have fucking things to do when you retire. These fucking rich fucking old suit looking motherfuckers.
Did you have any idea what they were talking about?
Of course you want my money.
So
Of course you want my
I
money.
just want to verify. So none of y'all believe in anything, right?
Who's believe in what?
You don't believe in God. You don't believe in an afterlife. You don't believe in reincarnation.
I never
you
said
don't believe
that.
in anything. I know he doesn't. He's working on it.
What
He
do you mean
doesn't.
working on it?
Working out it is I don't know what to believe. There's a lot of evidence that supports a lot of stuff, but the reality is that people talk
Exactly
a bunch
the
of stuff
point.
but don't have any facts on anything. I've taken the time to look into quite a few facts, and there's a lot of facts that support a lot of different religions, which is very counterintuitive when you read that these different religions are completely counteractive to each
I'm
other.
an existentialist.
What do you mean by that?
It means that everything's completely fucking random. There's no order. There's no ultimate truth. It's all wiggly. There's no reason for us to
Have you
actually
tried
be
that? I
here.
keep
There's
looking
no
at it.
ultimate purpose.
It looks like
Okay.
it fits
I know.
too.
Frank or Jake, what do you believe?
I'm indifferent, I guess, is what the word I should say. Because I do not believe, but I kind of do. So there's a half and half, I guess.
Okay.
I've had my own experiences, but then my brain says that they're not real, so I'm convincing myself that they're not.
What kind of experiences? What do
Yeah.
you mean?
What kind of experiences?
Did you
I
almost
guess
die?
I would. Well, I might have done that.
Oh,
hit by a
that's a
car.
good thing. Have any of you like experienced out of body experiences?
I have not done that yet. I'm waiting for that.
I have done that. That is not fun.
Were we on LSD?
No, I passed out in Walmart when I was 17 and I had an out of body experience where I was looking at myself laying on the ground telling myself to wake up
Why?
because I wasn't ready to go.
No, I mean, like, why did you pass out?
The doctors couldn't figure it out. It all came down to dehydration. But I believe that it was so cold outside and they had so many layers on, and I went into Walmart and was running around trying to get a birthday present for my nephew's first birthday, and the cold versus the extreme heat just made me pass out.
You passed out. You didn't almost die. An out-of-body experience. You
I
just had
did have an out-of-body experience.
You just had a little weird dream real quick.
It
in
wasn't
Walmart.
a weird
Just a
dream.
weird
I
little
saw
dream.
myself lying on
I'm
the
sure
ground.
you did. I have 100%.
checkout
I
line.
100% believe you saw yourself lying on the ground. But I also 100% believe it's just a fucking dream that your brain was just playing back to you.
Well, it was not a dream because I was passed out, and when I came to, they thought I had a stroke because my heart rate was at 178 per hour or per minute, beats per minute.
Per hour, you'd definitely be dead. Probably.
No, per minute, 178 was my heart rate.
Per hour. How many beats is that?
178 per minute.
Yeah, but if that was per hour.
Went sideways in there.
What? That was
That's not the point. I
It was
understand
the
that.
piece. It just didn't go this way. It went this way.
You can still live that way. Did
Did you have an out-of-body experience?
I don't know. It could have been a dream. I assume it's a dream.
Are you afraid to believe?
I wouldn't say afraid because I was asleep.
Do you still believe? You know that Eminem
That's the
song?
point.
You know that Eminem song? Are you gonna tell the story?
No.
Tell the story. I want to hear the
I
story.
don't know. I was sleeping, so it was like a dream. That's about all I could say.
Well, what's
Oh,
the
so you
dream
didn't just
about?
like randomly pass out. It's
No,
just totally
I
a dream.
didn't.
Like 100% dream. Okay.
Well, what's
But-
the dream?
It was just dreaming of me. It was at a point when I was. Okay, I got hit by the car. So I was back at our house because I walked back home
After you got hit by a car?
after I got hit by the car.
In real life?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's bad. He was at the bar and he got drunk and he's like, I'm just gonna walk home, it's fine.
And then
It
he got
wasn't.
hit
And
by
then he
a
got
car.
hit by a car.
Oh my god.
So when I got home, I laid down on the like a walkway mudroom, as it will, and I just laid down and I fell asleep. But as I was laying there, I dreamt myself walking back in the door and seeing myself laying there and trying to wake me up. But then I woke up again and got back up and went into the living room.
Yeah, but he was fine though. You didn't have no concussion.
No, I did not have.
You didn't have
well,
no fracture, no broken bones.
No.
Did you even have a bruise?
I did have a bruise on my leg.
See, I actually had a concussion and a giant welt on my head from when I passed out in Walmart.
Okay, but it probably wasn't an out-of-body experience.
It wasn't I was not in my body watching myself. That is an out of body experience.
See, that's why I am indifferent in the same situation. Because if I had an out of body experience, why would I walk into the same door that I came in to wake myself up?
I don't know, but speaking of
Because that's your spirit.
dreams and stuff, there's this book,
No.
or what? Maybe it was a movie. It was called Waking Life, and it was about lucid dreaming and stuff.
Waking life.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Lucid dreaming. A lot of people strive for that, and that's the out of body experience. They want to experience it.
They were talking about so if you get the opportunity to lucid dream, you should stay calm, and then you should go to where.
Yes.
So you just have an out-of-body experience.
Oh, shut up.
No, you're talking about lucid dreaming though. There was
You should, if you lucid dream, you get the opportunity, you stay calm, you go up to the other characters in your dream and ask them, hey, what's it like to be a character in my dream?
Have you ever had a lucid dream
Yeah.
where you can control it?
It was like, I know I'm dreaming right now, this is crazy, and then I woke up like a second later.
Oh, see, I've had them where I can actually control what's happening in my dream, and it's super fun. But
What?
like Katrina, she's tried to get to that point where she could have lucid dreams, and she like struggles to get there. And for me, it's like it's just been one of those things that have just happened. Like it wasn't anything that I strive for. But they're really weird.
The one guy told me that he tried what I just said. Where he's like,
Mhm.
I'm in a dream,
Yeah.
and then he went and asked them, "What's it like to be a character in my dream?" And he said that everyone turned and looked at him and then fucking attacked him, just like they do in Inception. You remember Inception?
Yes.
Once you start to
Once
what
you
was
realize what was going on, the
Oh.
dream started attacking
it starts
you.
attacking you. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I really want to do this.
Luckily, I've never had that experience.
Well, see, that's the point in the same situation. Once the dream starts attacking you and you die in your dream, you die in real life.
Well,
Yeah.
they just had a study that came out. They finally were able to publish about lucid dreaming, that they can actually scientifically verify that lucid dreaming is possible through a series of different things. Like they had, I forget exactly how it was done, but they had like one person go in and specifically ask like a set of questions to see if it would change, and they had somebody else do it, and they came to the foundation that like lucid dreaming is something you can do, and it's not
Mhm.
something that's just completely made up. Like
Like,
it's
you
not
can
like somebody's
practice
just like making it up as they're going. Like it's
You can practice doing this.
Yeah.
You can, yes.
oh yeah, there's actually you could basically like lucid dreaming. If you want to try lucid dreaming to start off with, set your alarm clock, right? You gotta wake up in the morning. Set your alarm clock half an hour to an hour earlier.
I will be a god in
Mm-mm.
my own head
No,
and
you have to.
be
No,
surrounded by
You-
bitches.
you have to let your body fall asleep
What?
before your mind falls asleep. That's how you.
Yeah, but
You
in order,
lucid
in order to
Your
get,
body has to fall asleep.
in order to get the lucid dreaming state, you have to have like a dream journal, like a diary, right? You have to try to like the first stages of lucid dreaming is to wake up in the morning and write down everything you could possibly think of about your dream. The more you can be consciously aware of what you were thinking about while you're dreaming, the more opening you are opening up
Jake.
the door.
So you fall asleep
Can
knowing
you-
what you're already dreaming
Can
about.
you walk
No.
over there and grab my book? Fuck, what do I want to do? Oh,
But-
if I lucid dream, if I practice it really well, I want to go on and I want to talk to the other fucking people in my dream. So at some point I think like maybe you can tap into like your inner subconscious, the part that you don't know, but it knows things that it can't tell you yet. Maybe you can like learn. Like I imagine like if I get really good at it, like I just walk into a room and I'd be like, like meditating, and there'd be like different versions of me around. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like wild Frank, regular Frank, weird Frank, creepy Frank, porno watching Frank. And then I can like just communicate with the different versions of myself. It's by the wine. It's right there. It's right fucking there.
This book?
That's a new one.
I was looking for something that had a drawing on it. This one, you haven't drawn the cover of this thing.
I know. I haven't.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. Good night, Jimmy. He's leaving.
Hi, James.
Good night.
Guess I don't see you
Yep.
in the morning.
I'll see you. You won't see me.
That's right.
We get up at
He's
6.
got to leave early. Good night, baby.
Night, love.
Love you.
So what if
Love you too.
you're talking about
Step outside and check on the kids.
Okay.
you're talking about
Oh yeah.
ooh,
Ooh.
drink more.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm fine. I'm good. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you believe in lucid dreams,
Yeah, go ahead.
how do you not understand that your body is a vessel and that your spirit is separate? Because that's what it is, right? A lucid dream is your spirit disconnecting from your body.
No.
That is.
The lucid dream is your conscience.
Your consciousness, your spirit, whatever you want to call it, disconnecting from your body.
Okay. At what precise moment does an individual cease to be the person he and everyone else believes him to be?
What?
At what precise moment does an individual cease to be the person he and everyone else believes him to be?
In what scenario?
It's the moment when an individual becomes conscious that he has been trapped in a paradox of identifying, and there is no way out for him as long as he believes himself to be something he is not.
That was way too philosophical.
I know it's really difficult to understand
Can't-
what the fuck he's talking about.
Exactly.
I swear to God, I wrote down a dream I had. That's what I was looking for.
Did you write down your dreams?
When I sometimes.
I don't remember my dreams most of the time, so I guess that's why it doesn't really occur to me to try that.
I watched The Lobster.
The lobster?
Yeah. Then I had a dream where I was in a world segregated by ugliness. I was in an internment camp because I'm not very attractive, but it was a bit nicer than you might expect. They were laying out the rules, and Joe Rogan was there. It was kind of like, like when you're on a cruise vacation, and they're like, this half is going to do this today, and the other half is going to do this, and then we're going to switch the next day. There was a part where people came to help me escape, but were found out, and then made the place look how serious it really was, and immediately I fled. I kind of got away only to get involved in a bar fight, and then some guy that was going to murder his son.
What?
This is reading what I wrote down. And then I got captured. This is the part that fucked me up, is I rode down to the sewer pipes, and because I got captured I had to be punishment, and the punishment, the guy told me that most people are blind by the end because I had to crawl through the sewer pipes and clean it, but the cleaner they used was so corrosive that most people are blind by the end of it. That's the part that fucked me up. That's why I wrote it down, because I'm like, fuck. What? I have to do what?
So what you're saying is you're being punished.
I was being punished, and I had to crawl through sewer pipes. And the guy's like, usually by the end, people are blind because of the corrosive cleaning thing we use and all the fumes. They're going to fuck you up. I was very scared. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, I'd have to say that's a pretty weird dream. I would write that down too.
That's actually why I watched The Lobster. Have you ever watched The Lobster?
I have not. Can't imagine what the lobster could be about. Maybe a lobster.
No, not at all. It had
No?
it had Colin Farrell in it, and it was like a futuristic, weird movie. It doesn't really look futuristic, but it's like in a time where people need to be in pairs, and if you don't have like a significant other, you get put in this place, and you have to find someone to love and get married with, and if you don't, then you turn into an animal. So the main guy, he was gonna get turned into a lobster if he didn't find.
Weird.
If he didn't find someone in time, he was gonna turn into a lobster. But you can stay longer as long as you capture people, because there were outsiders in the woods, and they would go hunt the outsiders. So if you get one, it adds another day to your stay. So you can stay a little longer if you catch the outsiders.
So if they're traders and turning people in, they're like, okay, you can live longer. You don't have to turn into a lobster to get eaten.
Not everyone turned into a lobster though. Other people chose like a wolf or a horse or some shit.
You got to choose who
You
can
got
be?
to choose the animal you got to turn into.
Why the?
Why would you choose a lobster, right? What would I choose? Maybe an octopus. That'd be cool. I could live it as octopus. Maybe a fucking polar bear. Why does no one choose a polar bear?
Polar bears are dying out. That's why.
Oh, I guess you're right. What about a walrus?
Them too. They get eaten by.
What would you choose to be?
If you could choose to be an animal.
If you had to get turned into an
I would
animal.
be a Black Panther.
That's pretty dope.
Thank you.
Why?
But
Yeah.
in the
people-
same situation, if you
like-
got turned into a whatever animal it was, to be turned into a Black Panther in this area, like if we lived in this rural
No,
area.
not in this area. Black Panther is my spirit animal.
Well, that's what we were just talking about the movie where the guy, explain it, Frank.
Yeah, sorry, I had a pee.
In the movie, if you didn't find your mate, you got
Yes.
turned into an animal.
Oh, Jimmy's my mate.
So she wouldn't turn into an animal. She's fine.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
I'm
no,
gonna be a,
he's my
I'm gonna be
forever
a
mate.
I'm gonna be a leopard seal.
A leopard seal?
Yeah.
Why?
So I can swim in the Arctic Ocean and eat penguins.
What about the killer whales?
I'd get away.
You think so?
Whatever. Law of nature. Hey, what if you could live forever? Would you want to do that? Immortality?
No.
Yes.
Why?
Why not?
But it's immortal. You're gonna live forever.
Right.
That's so long.
But nobody knows what forever is going to be like. So
Exactly.
why not be the guy who can see?
But no one's gonna be around, and you're still gonna be alive.
This is true. There will be a lot
There
of...
is an extreme downfall to immortality. You
Yes.
don't understand how
You will be
long
alone.
forever is.
Yeah.
For a long
Everything
time.
will
You're
die.
gonna lose everything you've ever
Everything will
loved
die.
your
Not
entire
only will
life.
everything die, all the human race will be completely wiped out. You'll be alive a billion years later thinking, wait, were there actually other people? Or
And
did
why
I just
did I choose this?
or did I just imagine them? Were there actually other people? Or was that just a dream I had? Were there actually other people?
Well, in the
Or
same
did
sense...
I just imagine that?
in the
Like,
same sense
you
of
would
this...
forget everybody.
If you went through that, well, as far as immortality, but you can also
You would see if
leave the planet
Please,
if you're able to live.
yeah, you could if you were smart enough.
You don't have to be smart enough. If I didn't die, I can get all these other random people to pay for me to leave this planet.
You think you could do that?
Yeah.
You think you'd be able to figure
And what
that
would
out
you find?
before it was too late?
It doesn't matter. If I couldn't die, then it doesn't matter. I'd be floating around the universe instead of staying on the planet.
But you'd
You
be
would
floating
still-
around forever in misery and alone.
You
This
would
is
sti-
true.
you
But
could-
it's rather than watching everybody I love die over
You'd
and over
already
and over
watched
again.
them
Dude,
die.
you'd be over that, far over that.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be
You'd build
far
other
over that.
relationships.
Like I said, a billion years later, you would question whether or not there was other people ever. Like the
Sure.
whole planet would cycle through a new ecosystem. There'd be new fucking dinosaurs running around, and then eventually the planet would start falling apart. And then eventually you could even watch the fucking sun die and turn into a black hole.
Yeah, there's no way I would want to live forever.
Forever is so long. So many things
It
could
is.
happen.
I guess the word of immortal, but living forever.
Forever. Forever.
Let's see.
I'm gonna feel anxiety forever.
You know what Frankie told me
Nobody
today?
feels anxiety forever.
He wants to have a kid so he can show his brother how easy it is.
You gotta start about young, Frank.
I feel.
It's like, it's definitely not easy.
Nah, it can't be that hard. There's a book. I'm gonna turn my kid into like a chess pro, based off this one guy's experiments. I'm gonna experiment on my kid. Then they're gonna be like a chess prodigy, and then.
And what if they hate chess?
Fuck, I don't
What
know.
if they do? What if they don't like it? What if they're good at something else?
They turn into that. You
You
beat
can't
it
force
into their
them.
head so hard that they just dislike it so much that they don't want
I'm
to
not
do it
gonna
anymore.
beat it into his head.
How do you think they
You
make them
have
a pro?
no idea who your
No, no, no.
future child
He
is
didn't-
going to be.
He didn't beat it into their heads. He was able to convince them that's what they wanted, and then they'd study it, and they had fun, and it was fun for them.
Well, I guess in a way, maybe, but you'd have to be that guy. It ain't easy, Frank.
What guy?
It ain't easy being a good uncle.
I'm not a good uncle.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't think you're a good uncle?
I
No,
would say
Why
he's
not?
not.
I'm awful with kids. What am I talking about?
He hates children. I wouldn't say hates. He dislikes.
I just think
The way
he's
children
nervous
act.
around them.
Yes, he doesn't know how to react
You're
around them.
nervous around children.
Freak me out, man. Get away from me,
Why?
little demon.
Doesn't know how to
They're
treat
not
him.
Demons.
Ah. So many questions. I don't know. Fuck off.
Treat him like an adult or treat him like a child. I don't know. I only see this because when he talks to Logan sometimes.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You are so.
What?
Blunt. You were very blunt with a
He
child.
is blunt, but he's just like kind of still
But
awkward.
Luckily,
about
the
it.
child has no idea the way you're saying things.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, man, whatever you want to do. Okay, bye. And he's like,
guess
Frankie's here, yay! And
there's
you're
like no
yeah,
emotion, I
whatever.
guess. There's no emotion put
I didn't
into
say
it.
yeah, whatever.
But
I
that's
said,
like
I said
the
hi.
feeling.
I said hi, Logan.
It's just the I don't know. It's what I see as your feeling towards it. You're like, okay, you're a little person talking to me. Why are you talking to me? Don't
I think
talk
if
to
you
me until
didn't
you're
despise
older.
your brother the way you did at some point in times of your life, then you probably would have put a little more effort into your niece.
Whatever.
That's a little ruthless.
That's ruthless.
That's what I'm saying.
More effort. I give all kids the same fucking thing. They have the same thing. They all get the same treatment. I'm not different.
This is true.
I can
You
tolerate
do that.
for a certain amount of time, and it's like, all right, we're done with this. It's over. Get away from me.
I'm with you.
I have put Frankie in that situation where I'm like, I need you to watch Logan for like an hour.
Ooh.
And he's like, okay. What do I do? I'm like, just make sure he doesn't get hurt.
Make sure he survives.
Okay. All right.
I guess that's the other thing. Maybe it's just because like I don't even like see myself as an adult. I'm not an adult. What am I doing? Those little things looking up to me like, dude, you have no fucking idea. You have no fucking idea. I have no fucking idea. You don't know. No one knows. We're all just children.
I've been babysitting
pretending,
since I was like
fucking
13.
pretending we know what's going on. No one knows what the fuck's going on. We're all filled with anxiety and we're lashing out because we're insecure about ourselves. That's all it is.
I don't think I ever lash out because I'm insecure with myself.
I feel anxiety every single day I go to work. I get this
Why do you feel anxiety every
shaking
day?
knot in the middle of me, a tight wrenching down to my core. Every
Why?
single day at work it happens. I
Why?
go to work and
Because you're in public and talking to people?
I'm like in my car and then it's time to go in. I'm like, fuck, here we go again. Off to the races, and then
That's
I go in
gotta
there
be
and
miserable.
I'm like, hi, yeah, what's up? And then at some point every day it's just like I feel that tight wrenching in the middle of my fucking soul. My whole being is just like, what is this nonsense? Fuck.
That's so horrible.
That's what God's doing to me. He's up there and he's got this little fucking voodoo doll. And he's just like, there's some for you. There you go. That's why I don't believe in him, because he's an asshole. He's a fucking asshole.
You've done that to yourself though, Frank.
You have. And I feel
Sometimes-
sorry that you feel that. That
Sometimes
sucks.
I get nervous on airplanes. You never feel that?
I get nervous
I
on
feel-
airplanes
What do you mean?
sometimes.
No, not the
but-
airplanes. But the
No.
anxiety. Even when we went to the fucking BJ's. Do you remember that? Remember when we went to BJ's to get crab legs or whatever? Logan was there. You guys want to get a little snack at the little whatever the fuck thing, and we got crab. You don't even remember.
We did
You
not
don't
go to
remember.
BJ's
It was
together.
Such a fucking. Where did we go? Sam's Club.
Okay, all right, Sam's Club.
But
Yes, and we went. Yes, I do remember when me, you, and Logan went to get crab legs. Yes. What about it?
I don't know. Just that. I told you
Yeah,
I
he
was
was
feeling
feeling
anxiety.
Because
anxiety.
there
I
were
was-
so many people.
I,
He was nervous.
I told her I felt. I'm like I have so much anxiety right now. You
I
don't-
was really
don't
surprised he
even-
wanted to go.
You don't even understand.
Like, I texted him fully expecting to get a no. But I texted him and was like, hey, Logan and I are going to go to Sam's Club to get the crab legs and the steak for tonight. Do you want to come? And he's like, sure. And I'm like, really? Okay. I'll come pick you up. But I was really surprised you even said yes because,
You didn't pick me up. I drove there myself. What are you talking about?
okay, well, whatever. I offered to pick you up.
Anyways, I get that all the time. Anyways, all the time. You don't get that at all? Jake, you get that.
I would have to say there is anxiety in the things that I do, but
I mean, I get anxiety sometimes, but not that, like,
I don't know about.
not how
Going
you're
in the-
explaining
That's
it.
exactly how it is. I feel it. It's like part of me is twisting in like a fucking.
I'd have to say it's kind of more like butterflies.
Yeah.
The same instance in which you're feeling excited, you're feeling.
Like, when I went in for my interview, like, I could feel myself that I was
Right.
nervous and my
Your-
voice
your
was
heart
kind of
is racing.
shaking. because I was so nervous because there was like 5 of them and 1 of me, and they were all questioning me. And so I was nervous, but it wasn't like gut wrenching.
No, no. I didn't feel it when I had to do the interview.
But you feel it when you go into work.
Remember before I texted you?
Thing.
I didn't want to go in. Like, I don't want to go.
Yeah, I remember.
So what are you trying to say here, Frank?
I don't know.
Do you want?
He has anxiety issues.
There's anxiety medication.
I don't need anxiety medication. I
take.
fucking self-medicate right here.
That's helping you a lot. It's not really.
That's not helping you.
Sometimes I get nervous in convenience stores, and then I think about being entrapped in there with them, like who's ever there, like around the people, and then I'm like, I think about there being like some sort of outbreak, like zombies or like The Mist. Do you remember The Mist?
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Stephen
or
King.
like where they got trapped in the gas station in that El Camino Christmas or whatever.
What? El Camino Christmas?
Yeah, with Adam Sandler. Or not Adam Sandler, no, Tim Allen. With Tim Allen. It was on Netflix where they got stuck inside the... Why are you smelling my drink?
I was smelling it over there. I'm like, why does it smell so fruity? And I'm
because
been smelling it over here, and I still couldn't. I thought it was like a spray or something.
No,
it kept going.
Coconut rum and passion fruit rum.
Oh shit, we're at 51 minutes.
And some juice.
So, what's that other one with the angels and the demons?
There's a lot of them with angels.
Calls Angels and Demons.
No. They were in a specifically like an Arizona desert, and they were trapped in like that diner.
Legion.
Yeah, Legion.
And like, what the fuck were they doing?
They were fighting over the child.
Yeah.
But like that, I imagine scenarios like that.
Yeah.
Or sometimes like I'll be walking around and I'll see some sort of people or stuff and hear them talk, and I'll be like, that guy's, he's on my team. I'll let him on my zombie survival team.
Would I be on your zombie survival team?
Sure.
Really?
Totally.
Oh, thanks. You know that you'd be having to take care of me. But Jimmy would do most of the hard work.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be the,
I'd be good if you gave me a sledgehammer. But I'm not very good with, like, guns and aiming.
I think I'm pretty good with guns. Like that. Like my main role.
A sledgehammer I could totally handle.
My main role would just be, like, killing things that try to kill us.
Yeah.
Right? You'd have to do, like,
the cleaning
girl
and the
stuff.
cooking.
I don't know. You're doing
Jimmy,
girl stuff.
Jimmy could.
See, Jimmy's much better at shooting and aiming, but like I can go fucking ham with some like brute weaponry.
He seems like he's smart. He'd have to put together like a.
He's a planner.
Like keep everything in order.
A planner.
He can keep everything in order.
Yeah.
I'll just kill stuff.
That's what we do, like when we play like Diablo and like where we choose our characters. Like he's always like the warlock, where he's like in the back doing spells, and I'm like the barbarian, like just
like
shit.
front row, just like.
You die.
Yeah, because that's what I like. I'm just like I'm a brute force type of person, and he's like, let's just sit back and think about this.
Yeah, not so much. Okay, I'll just stand over here and help a little.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing when we did the basement. He's like, let me think about it. I'm like, just give me a fucking hammer and a crowbar and let me go at it. Like, I can fucking take care of it.
If you did the basement, did you destroy your basement?
No, I did. I went down there with a hammer and a crowbar and I tore everything off. And I cut through the drywall. And granted, the first time through, I cut a little too deep. But after that, I realized. And then I just cut through the drywall and I just ripped everything out. Like, I'm the construction and the destruction crew.
Construction and destruction crew.
Yes. And he, like, fixes everything. I just tear shit apart.
That's part of the destruction part.
Yeah, that's the destruction part. So I could go and, like, you know, kill all these things and, like, hit him with a fucking sledgehammer. And he'd just have to worry about the cleanup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The last thing I wrote down here was still talking about anxiety stuff. Like, even as a kid, I was terrified in school, like, every day. At first, I was more carefree and ignorant when I didn't know stuff. But the older I got,
The more nervous you got?
the more things I thought I knew, the more I was, like, shutting myself off. Do you remember, I used to even wear a lot of colorful shirts.
You used to wear colors?
Colorful ass shirts, like full on Hawaiian colored with flower shirts in like
Why?
middle school.
Wow.
I was gonna say that was way before you moved to Perry.
No, I definitely did it in Perry.
Me before I knew you.
Fuck.
See, I redid myself when I moved to Perry. I threw out all of my Hot Topic jeans, like with the straps and the bondage and the chains. And I threw all that shit out and I got colors because I was like black, white, red. That was my entire wardrobe.
I did the opposite. I was very, very colorful and then moved on to high school and I got rid of all the color, lots of black, bracelets, chains.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I did all the bracelets
Oh.
and I did the studded belts and the
remember
spiked
you wearing this
bracelets where I
one
would
shirt.
like hit people with them and shit.
I do remember this.
Don't,
8th
yeah,
grade.
it was.
You, Rich Reed.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys are wearing Hawaiian t-shirts.
That's so
Okay.
stupid. Why would you wear a Hawaiian t-shirt?
I thought they were great. And I didn't hate myself. And I wasn't afraid of everything. So everything was good. And then
Until you started talking to people, and then
Then it
people
went
turned you off of it,
downhill
and then
from
all of
there.
a sudden you
Yeah.
want to talk to people.
went down.
That's so funny though. We went the exact opposite. Like my junior year when I moved here, I was like, I'm gonna reinvent myself and I'm gonna get colors in my wardrobe and I'm gonna start wearing pink and I'm gonna go for cheerleading or something, which I never actually ended up doing. But that was like the thought process when I moved to Ohio. But yeah, I got rid of all my goth shit, all my Hot Topic clothes. That's all I had. I cried when I got rid of all of it.
You cried?
I was so upset. Yeah.
I think I finally abandoned all my bracelet thingies when I went to Montana.
You had to. Well, no. Wait. When you went to go to school.
Yeah. I was like, why do I still have these? This is dumb. This is silly. I don't want to wear
See,
this.
I still wear like my
I don't want anything. I got
My
tattoos
hair
on my
ties.
arms now. There you go. Ah. Stay away. I'm scared.
my hair ties, and then I still got my rubber
I don't
bracelet.
need these anymore.
That's why I wore black and all this stuff. It was just I was just a little insecure. I want people to stay away from me.
Yeah.
You're just drawing people away, not
Fuck
trying
outta
to
here.
pull them in with the colored t-shirts.
See, when I was the opposite, I wanted people to stay away from me when I was younger, and then I was getting away from the situation I was in and moving to Ohio, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna brighten myself up, make people come towards me.
Woo! Yeah. Great.
All right.
Looks like
Good
it's about
night.
that time.
Goodbye, guys. Yeah, we're about there.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah.
This audio.
Well, we're gonna see how it goes with the upload and
May or may not be uploaded.
this time.
Thanks for listening, or not, or whatever.
Until next
Thanks.
time.
Don't have any music, so
Du-du-du-du.
bye bye.
Bye.
now.